Hello and welcome back to our New World Order series in Crusader Kings 2 with the HIP mod. In the last episode we won our subjugation war against the young Duchess down here, which was relatively easy. And also we were declared upon by the Queen of Wendland up here, if I can find where she is and even click on the right country. Queen of Wendland, who actually is my niece. Interestingly, daughter of my half-brother, who I guess was my mother's relation. Okay, well that's fine, and sort of neither here nor there, but we have about 7,700 troops to her, I think it was 8,000 or so, 8.3. So we may be able to beat her in a fair fight, but I think it might be safer for us to go ahead and hire mercenaries, especially since she's just called in her friend the High Chief, who has 6k all of his own. So she's got basically her whole army here already. Alright, let's go ahead and hire the mercenaries if we're going to do it. We do have a decent amount of money available. We could even take out a loan since we are currently debt-free. I think we will probably be okay with hiring somebody like the Breton Company. Gives us an extra 3k, which should allow us to beat her army, hopefully before her allies' army arrives. And we can always take out loans and hire an additional band of mercenaries if we need it against them. So yeah, I think we'll go with the Breton Company. We should be able to support them for long enough. In fact, why don't we all head up here instead of making them come to us? Okay. So we'll go via here if we can. Or here, if that's going to catch them. It's not. Okay, they are in hills right now, and we can go in from Anhalt without taking a river crossing, so we'll do that. And we'll try to get there before the High Chief gets his army together and manages to reinforce, if at all possible. We have good characters in charge. So let's go for it. Okay, their center is going to break. No sign of the High Chief's army. It is the beginning of the battle. It is the beginning of the battle, and your men face the enemy ready for a fight. As you go around inspecting your troops, you happen to engage in conversation with one of your troops, a young, inexperienced squire. As this is his first battle, he is afraid, but also anxious to prove himself. We advise him that being afraid is normal, or tell him to brace himself for the sight of blood. We'll take the prestige, I guess. Alright, so we've broken them pretty comprehensively. Captured a prisoner. Up to 37%. We'll follow this army over here. Okay, and we even captured a duke. I think we're gonna get out of their lands for the moment so that we aren't suffering this nasty amount of attrition. And let's see, we could conceivably go looking for the High Chief's army, though he apparently has lost it. I guess he's in a different war. Attacking the Duchess of Silesia. Interesting. Okay, so we actually don't have to worry about him. In that case, let's take a few thousand troops and see if we can do some sieges without taking too much attrition. We're still taking 3.3% here. That's okay, we'll allow it. And we'll have this army go around and fight any small armies that we can catch. You wish to intercede on behalf of one of my prisoners? No. Absolutely not. I'm sure I have him imprisoned for a very good reason. One of my guards seems to be unhappy about this war. We'll say that we're sorry to hear that. So we are at 52%. We should start getting ticking war score at some point. Because over the county of Wittenberg here, incidentally. So we'll fight this, get another few percent war score. So if and when, actually let's go with when we win this war, we are going to get some amount of gold from her, about 250. Which will at least compensate for some of the gold we've had to spend on these mercenaries. I just saw a change of color over here. Did Mainz get conquered by Rhenish Franconia? Who's the top liege here? Or maybe he just changed his primary title. Daughter was born to my court chaplain. Okay. Good to know, I guess. We won that siege. I think we'll just stop trying to siege, since it's costing us a lot of troops in attrition and we're getting the ticking war score now. And I think we might actually even disband the mercenaries, because we're getting pretty low on money. She only has 500 troops available, so I think we can pretty safely do that. I think we will go and fight these 500 or so men before they can siege anything back. Or if we can't catch them, we can at least stop them from actually taking it. We'll probably catch them in here. Maybe not. Have another granddaughter. Okay. They're leading me quite the merry dance, but it's not really going to gain them anything. We did catch them eventually. For a little more war score, and we captured another prisoner. And why do we have boats up here? They're from the mercenaries, I guess, okay. Actually, these are from the mercenaries that we had in the previous war. I'm just going to disband these. Not sure if they're costing us anything, but we certainly don't need them. And we are going to catch you here. Or not, actually. Okay. We'll catch you in there. And we captured another village elder. And you collected a tithe, which is pretty nice. 75% now. She will not give up though. And my son needs educating. I guess we could probably just do it ourselves. All of our vassals are pretty happy. Except you, not so much. I guess we'll give them to you. And we have a decently sized army now from the High Chief here. You may as well go fight him, it'll be worth some amount of war score. Fighting across the field, you see an enemy soldier cut off from the others. While you can't tell who, it's clear they must be a highborn noble. Let's charge. It's village ender Stanislav, but he runs away. Okay. Well, that's useful. Arrows, arrows everywhere, your men shout as they point to the sky. A whole volley of arrows fly at your troops. So many that they seem to be blotting out the sun. Brace yourselves, you shout at them as you raise your own shield. Protect your heads, bodies, knees, any vulnerable spots. We gain 2 prestige. Of course, we would not want to take an arrow to the knee. It's the beginning of the battle. Well, not really. And your men face the enemy, ready for a fight. As you go around inspecting your troops, you happen to engage in conversation with a young, inexperienced squire. We will tell him to trust in God. Okay. Gets us to 88%. And I think we can probably head here and try to catch at least some of these troops. You're headed over here now. So I think once we win this war, we might be well advised to immediately attack her back in another holy war for, I guess, an adjacent duchy. Since we know that she will be weakened, we have a new pope. Who is Saxony at war with? Claim war against Bavaria, okay. For this county. Well, let's hope they lose all their troops. Capture another village elder. I assume we're not getting war score for any of these prisoners, so we can safely ransom them all. Hopefully give us a good chunk of money. And I think actually at this point we can just go ahead and disband our troops, since we're going to get carried to 100% on the ticking war score pretty soon. I think before they'll be able to siege this back. Or to siege anything else for that matter. She won't surrender already. My daughter is of legal age and became a brilliant strategist. That's nice. See if we can get her married to anybody. Grand Duke of Novgorod. Probably pretty powerful, but relatively distant. Might not be of much help to us in wars. Duke of Burgundy. He's pretty young. Duke of Dyrrhachion. Probably too far away to be of use to us. Let's get her married to the King of Novgorod. We could call him into this war, but I don't think that's going to be necessary. And pretty big battle here between Saxony and Bavaria, which it seems Saxony is going to win, though at the cost of a fair number of troops, maybe. Oh, actually, Bavaria just got reinforcements, which is going to make it interesting. Oh, we're at 100% in our war. So we'll enforce our demands. We're getting about 250 gold. Slavic religion loses moral authority. And we gain prestige and piety, which is fine by me. See how this battle turns out. Yep, Bavaria lost. Probably is worth a fairly large chunk of war score for her. Up to 63% already. Well, if Bavaria is weak, which we believe they are, perhaps they are ripe for conquest. What do we have on them? Various claim wars on single counties, it looks like. Probably not really worth the effort. Ooh, claim on the Duchy of Upper Bavaria. Hello. Well, I think we might land that character and press his claim. Okay, we are going to have to give him a county from our capital duchy. We aren't actually able to plot to revoke that from him later, unfortunately, while we are content. If we can lose that trait, we'll be able to. And I think this county is pretty bad, so we can just give him that. And I think we should just probably go ahead and declare immediately. Let's see if we can find him in here. Might be easier. Of course, I've forgotten what his name was. We'll just find him in the other menu. So we want to give him Schwarzburg. And we should have the ability to press his claim still, and this time he will remain our vassal. He is a duke while we are a king. Alright. Let's go for it. Why don't we call in our allies? Actually, it's probably not necessary, but we'll do it anyway. Didn't check for any allies on the enemy side, which seems she actually has a few that may be relatively powerful. We'll just have to hope that our allies come through. And it might have been a good idea to wait a little while on this actually, because our levies are a bit depleted, but where's the fun in that? We'll keep the money that we have on hand in case we'll need to hire mercenaries. So Novgorod did accept, though it seems that they are having a pretty bad time of it themselves against Vladimir over here. Have rather a lot of troops in their lands. You fear the war might drag me away from you longer than necessary, and thus felt there must be something you could do. So he's going to join the war. Okay. Thanks. Got about 3,000 troops. 3,000. I think I said 1,000 there, which is definitely not a number. I think we would probably prefer to avoid fighting her army if we can. We'll let Saxony fight them. Count Adalbert the Shadow is this guy. Okay. Well, that's fine. One day, passing by a monastery, you come upon a monk sitting and painting in a field. You observe his work and marvel at the composition, the colours, and the fine brushstrokes that bring the simple canvas to life. He's truly an artistic prodigy. So we can buy the painting for 10 gold and gain 30 prestige, or we can say, very nice, now let's eat. Well, we don't really gain any benefit from any further prestige, so we'll just say that's nice. And you collected a tithe, which is always welcome. Okay, and the war between Saxony and Bavaria is over. This county is now independent. And we can duly vassalize it, so thanks for the help there, Saxony. I guess we will do that, no reason not to. Bavaria has called Istrian into the war, okay. And Styria. So Istrian is here. He has not got very many troops. Styria, also not very many, so I don't think we need to be too concerned about that. Is Novgorod sending his troops over? Looks like they're just sitting here, so probably not. The steward Prince Walram has had some interesting ideas on how to improve the economy. We'll adopt them. And we had a grandson. A strong grandson, not in line to inherit, unfortunately. This is our second son, I think. Yeah. But that's okay. Are you attacking me? You are attacking me. Well. We're in the plains. There is a river crossing, though. We have good characters in charge. I guess we'll just take this battle. I like our chances. Maybe he wasn't attacking me? Or is this a holy order that, in fact, can't fight my troops? I think that's what's going on. Okay, well, we'll have to continue this war in the next episode because we're out of time for this one. So thanks for watching, and join me again then.